Episode 12, Lonely Globe, with the LUzA CULT, man. Fucking buzzing.
Oh no!
Yeah, bro.
Why?
Waiting like 3 hours at us.
I don't know where I am right now. I can't see. They've given me vision goggles, but it's just all virtual reality.
Is that what you wear on a daily?
Yeah, it's all I can see. I'm just seeing like Mark Zuckerberg's pixelated face, like dancing.
You're looking very fragile, bro.
Disability type. Great.
Yes, sir.
How are we all, yeah?
We're good. We're
Yeah?
stuck between this realm and the next.
Tell me about
I
it.
think it's the internet is the other realm.
The realm of Skyrim, bro.
Yeah.
It's a new year.
How was
New
Christmas?
year in
Christmas.
Christmas.
Christmas
Yeah,
here.
it was bewildering.
What did you do?
Floated around the sky for a while. Orbiting quite slow.
Oh, fucking! I didn't really get up too much. I just drank fucking shitloads. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
I think that's what
fucking
happened with me as well, but that's why I was flying.
Yeah,
I probably was more like face down in a gutter.
yeah, bro. Like, I'm not actually back at work till like I think it's Monday. Is it the 8th on Monday? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm back at work then, and I've had recently like pretty much like over a month off because like I torn the ligaments in my ankle, man, at the Prodigy because I went to see the Prodigy live. Fuck, bro.
Wow.
I missed like I got 2 songs because I've seen him live before. I saw him live before Keith passed away, and then
Same.
fucking second
Bless
time
him.
round I was buzzing and I was like, I can't wait for this. And then 2 songs in, I was fucked, bro. Like, I was God, my foot. Like, I just couldn't walk.
At least it was a worthy cause.
Yeah, it was, to be fair. I mean, from 10:30 at night till 4:30 in the morning in A&E wasn't the best, but yeah,
No,
that was the worst part. And
yeah.
just coming off crutches, I don't recommend going on crutches because it's fucking shit.
Man, I was on crutches a bunch in my adolescence, like as a kid, from playing basketball and shit. I twisted my ankle severely a bunch of times. So
Bro,
like, I know your pain. You know what I mean?
it's the fucking
I also
worst.
shattered my leg bone like a belter and had to be fucking off my legs, like fucking crutches and wheelchairs and shit for like fucking 6 months. It was absolutely terrible.
Do you know when you was like a kid? Do you ever like your mate at school used to have like crutches and you'd be like, I want to ground in them. Do you know what?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't even
I
do
used
it
to
now.
think they were hella fun.
All my mates were like, let's have a go. And I was like, you fucking have them. I don't want them. At first, I was like, buzzing crutches. I'll get around all right on these. Mate, your hands after.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, see if you don't need crutches, they're kind of fun. You can like flip about on them and shit. But if you need them, yeah, hell world.
It's fucking shit, man. It's honestly the worst, man.
It's like pull-ups.
Yeah.
Every day is like pull-ups.
Yeah, pretty much.
It fucking like you do, like your wrists, your arm, your forearms after. Wow, like it's fucked up, man. It's so bad. What do you guys do New Year?
Went to some crazy like warehouse party shit in Glasgow, and
That's nice, man.
Louis was like on some similar shit in the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure.
No, I was just at a house party. We just like because
I thought you went to LAC.
Huh? No, LAC got shut down. Remember?
Oh,
so
no way.
I went to a warehouse club, but like the event wasn't couldn't go forward. Like the city hall basically said it couldn't go forward. So
fucking sucks, man.
Was having a party and it was like equally fire, and I was just like on a vibe. And I stayed sober actually because I'm pretty much like straight edge most of the time. So like for first New Year in like so many years, I was like completely sober going into the New Year. So.
No way, buzzing, man. Yeah, that's fucking. That's buzzing. Wait, so Az, are you from Glasgow? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I was born in Glasgow, and my mum is Glaswegian basically, but my dad's English, and I was raised in Spain and Tanzania as well, like in East Africa. So like
nice.
I have a fucking accent that like doesn't.
Yeah,
really
Louis got the most complicated origin story ever.
complex.
But we are both mad anomalies though, because like both come from Scotland, but we're not what anybody expects out of
Yeah.
people that come from Scotland.
So you're both
No
living
one
in Glasgow
expects
now?
us. Yeah, I'm in Glasgow right now.
Where are
I
you,
live
Lou? Are you in Glasgow as well?
I live in Rotterdam in the Netherlands.
Oh no way. Okay,
Yeah,
buzzing.
yeah.
How did it come about then? Like you two do music then? Because obviously you're both in, or did you know each
Well,
other before?
yeah, it was in Glasgow that we started making music, but that was before we released anything. And then we both went to the Netherlands
Yeah.
at the same time, roughly, and then that's when we started actually properly releasing things. And then basically because of Brexit, that kind of dragged me back to the UK because it became like no longer like possible really for me to be able to make it work living out in the Netherlands. So that's just what drags us to the current situation. Like it's also why we like make some pretty like almost like anti-political music a lot of the time, is because like even literally we do get fucked by it, um, and
It's
the
fuck it.
decisions of the
It's
suits,
the
the
world for
decisions
you,
of the
man.
suits ultimately affect our everyday lives, and our whole artistic process. So yeah, that's why it's the current situation. It is.
So is it a case of one of you will fly over to back to Glasgow or
Yeah,
vice
yeah.
versa? Okay.
Currently, we do a lot of traveling to make up for it. But
That's
hopefully
always
there
good
will
though, to be
be.
fair.
Yeah, it is good, but it's a lot of like organization and money and like messiness.
Yeah.
Um, but we're gonna be expanding it. Like it might even be a situation where I'm moving maybe down to England near London somewhere,
Oh,
so
nice.
that we have an optimal kind of spread between Netherlands, UK, Europe, the kind of
Yeah.
whole lot, without it being too far to travel as well.
And then I can take the
Um,
coach easily as well, which is fire
yeah,
because
exactly.
it just feels ridiculous sometimes. Like we're living in a world that's like pretty fucking polluted, and the world's kind of dying, and then we're
Yeah.
doing
Yeah, yeah,
jumps. It's just so pointless, but it's the only way as well. From Glasgow, at
yeah.
least, right?
It is one of
And,
them. I say
and
London's like a possibility for a lot of people, man. Because I
Yeah,
love London, and I have like a lot of friends in London now, and
you
like
could
I had
never
some.
afford it though.
Yeah, it's just
Too
there's
expensive.
so much shit going along around in London. It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
hmm
I
There's
mean
always
Glasgow
like something.
prices are cheap as shit for like being a massive city. Like that's one of the
What did you
few.
say? Glasgow? Is it cheap? Did you say?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
really
I
cheap.
always expected it to be expensive.
No, like
I've never
Edinburgh's a
been,
bit
so
more expensive.
yeah, that's
Edinburgh's a
mad.
bit more expensive,
I've
but
heard
like
it. Yeah, I was
Glasgow's
gonna say.
actually Glasgow's like, yeah, a really big city, but you still get the low kind of prices. It's not really hiked up like most cities have,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I've always
Um,
wanted to go to Glasgow. To be fair, I've heard like so much good things
yeah,
about it because I've had friends go to like to Edinburgh uni, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I've never really wanted to go up there because it's just never been my scene going to like
No, I get
down to
you. I get
Scotland and
you.
that.
I mean, it's been the same with me in like England, to be honest.
Yeah,
I've never really spent much time there at all in adult
Birmingham
life.
don't come.
I
It's
spent
shit.
a bit of time there as a kid, but that doesn't really count. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's been a bit lacking for not a good enough reason, but I'm sure you feel the same way with like Glasgow and shit.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, Glasgow's a psychopathic place. Like I call it
is it?
Gotham basically, or Gotham, GOFFAM.
Well,
But like
what makes you say psychopathic? Is it just the way? How would you?
It's just like there's a mass feeling of schizophrenia, basically, and like you can have people that will be like laughing and trying to joke with you 1 second, and literally
They'll
less than a
just
second
switch.
later they can be trying to fight you, and it's like
I've heard
it's
it's like
yeah.
really bad for drugs though, like Glasgow. Like I
yeah,
heard it's
Oh, super,
bad.
super bad. That's probably why there's a lot of schizophrenic kind of
Yeah,
like behavior. And then yeah, it is kind of like it is Gotham. Like they filmed it recently for the most recent Batman film with
did they? I
fucking
didn't even
Robert
know
Pattinson
that.
and all that. Yeah, that
That's
was
fucking crazy.
they
I didn't even
used
know that.
Glasgow as Gotham. You can definitely see it right at the end where he's riding a motorbike through a graveyard. and that's a place called Necropolis that we even put in our first song called Goth Star, which was outlining Glasgow as
No
Gotham.
way. That's
And that
crazy,
was
man.
before they filmed there as well. So it's like it's been confirmed as Gotham even since I've been preaching it. But
That's mental.
yeah, and I wanna emulate the shot from it. No one better do it first, but I wanna like do a parody of the shot at the end of the film where he's driving through the graveyard on the hill, looking over the whole city. Just to really solidify that fucking that
I didn't
Easter
even know
egg.
that. I like watching the
Yeah,
Batman like
no,
films and series, man. I didn't even fucking know that. That's
yeah. So
crazy.
if you ever hear in
It
our
makes me want to
music,
go now.
Yeah.
yeah, for
It
real,
literally makes me want to go.
it is a selling point for sure. But like, if
Just
you
wear a
ever hear in
hazmat
our
suit.
songs, if you ever hear in our songs that we reference Gotham, that is talking about Glasgow, basically.
Totally.
It's a little company.
I was just watching. I was just listening to Microchip Party, man, because you released it the
Oh,
other day.
fuck yeah.
Wow,
Bless
fuck.
up, bless up.
It's such like you listen back to like some of your songs. Which one was it? It's your most bored. I think it's bored that you did it as,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
like because that's like your most that's the most
Most,
popular at the minute, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like 100,000 listens. Which congratulations on that.
Oh,
Um,
thank you so much.
I was like,
Bless you.
when I listened to that, and then I listened to like Microchip Party, because who else is on that? There's you two
Oh,
and there's
that's just
someone
me
else.
and Louis. Yeah,
Oh, there's no one
Yeah.
else.
No.
Oh,
no one
okay,
else. Just
okay,
me and Louis.
all right. And then like I was listening to it, I was like, this is such like a different like hop from like
Yeah,
the original.
yeah,
Um,
totally. We really try and like keep it versatile. You know, we don't really want to be just any one sound in particular. Like we want it to always be recognizable as our sound, but we
yeah,
don't want to just stick to, you know, trap metal
I agree
or
with that
whatever. You know.
because
That
like
was
a
like
lot of
the first track that we sort of managed to mix without being in the same place. Like we managed
yeah,
to do it sort of like even in different countries by just like bouncing it back off one another, sending stems and shit. And
yeah,
we actually managed it. And it sounds in many ways it's one of our cleanest tracks there is. And like we
yeah,
equally sort of like mixed it in equal parts, like as and I, so it turned
yeah.
out
Because
really
the
good.
Mm,
distortions like more like you have a lot of distortion in a lot of your other stuff, and this one's it's got like a very smooth feel to it, but at the same time,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like your style, if that makes sense. Like you don't really hear a lot of stuff like it. So when I was listening to it, because it was so different to compared to like what I normally listen to, because I listen to like a range of like I don't actually have like a specific genre I listen to. I listen to a lot of other stuff. I don't listen to as much mainstream stuff now. I listen to a lot more underground stuff, but I think that's because of the podcast and like I like to hear people's like different sounds and new artists coming up. So like when I first discovered you two, I was just like, yeah, I've got to like speak to these guys and get them on the podcast because it was like it's completely fucking different compared to what a lot of people do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially within the place, like you don't have a lot of people from like I personally I never really heard of many people from Glasgow, but you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Neither of
No,
us.
so that was it. I was just like, oh, this makes sense. Like, and I think that's actually what sets you in the spotlight a bit more is the where you're from, and I
yeah.
can imagine like, do you
We've
have? I
managed
bet,
to
do
make
I,
some weird headway as well in out in like Europe and obviously Netherlands in particular.
yeah.
That's kind of like an unusual path, I would say, you know. But
Have you done it?
it's been a good one, and it's given us a lot of insight, I would say,
Yeah,
as
because
well.
have you done any
The
shows in Glasgow?
versatility. Hmm?
Yeah.
Have you done any
We
shows
did
yet?
a show
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Pez and
yeah.
Pez and other
Pez head.
people.
Oh, you did one with Pez Head. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay, I saw Pez in Birmingham. When was it? Just before the New
yeah.
Year.
He's fucking
For
Mad
the
Labs
Mad
killer.
were
Lad show. Yeah, Pez is funny, man. I remember we were sitting outside the place, the arena where he performed, and he was fucked, man. It was so funny. I wish I had a photo of it, but he was there and he was just looking at me. I was like, "Bro, you all right?" And he's like, "Oh, bro, I've just had a bad panic attack, man, on stage." Like he had a really bad panic attack. I felt so
Yeah.
sorry for him, but he kept it together. To be fair play to him.
No,
Yeah,
it's
he struggles with a lot. He does really well.
Yeah,
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
tell. Like, and he improvises. He puts a lot of it into his songs as well.
yeah.
So
He overcomes. That's the main thing. He doesn't let it stop him.
He's funny though. He's so funny.
He's the most consistent in the UK underground. Like if you look at his discography, he's dropped like 4 or 5 albums in like the past, I don't know what, 3
Oh
years.
yeah,
It's
he's
insane.
dropping another one soon. I think he's doing another one.
No, he just dropped an album at the
Yeah, I
end
know.
of,
He's just dropped one. I'm sure when I spoke to him, he's thinking about doing another one. Like he's just like at it.
Unstoppable.
Crazy. Because he was telling me about the one he was releasing, and he was like, "I'm working on some other stuff, but like I'm not going to say much about it." I was like, oh, "Fuck me, bro."
yeah.
He's like, "I don't get out, so I don't see the point. I might as well just keep releasing." I was like, "Okay, fair enough. That makes sense."
We're hoping in 2024 we can like help unite a bit more with the scene, like even just being out of Glasgow and kind of being the only artists we see that are doing something like that out of
Yeah.
that whole country, basically. We feel like it's really time for like the UK to unite its scene a bit more, honestly, and
I
have
agree,
something that
man.
maybe rivals what's going down in the US a bit, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like there's a lot of, I just feel like a lot more mainstream stuff goes on in the US, and it's just, I think the UK is bouncing back hard, man, with a lot of stuff we do. I mean, I don't listen to like grime and all that type of shit. It's just not, not for me. So like,
Yeah.
I don't really. I
Totally.
know like it's a big thing in the UK, but I don't really originate around. Like I've always said, I refuse to get any grime artists on, specifically
Yeah,
who put themselves under grime. I refuse to have them on
yeah.
the podcast. It's just not my thing.
Fair.
I could definitely see some kind of evolution of it happening, though.
Oh
That's not
yeah,
happening. That
like there's
would be
only
more
one.
kind of suited.
There's only one guy I know that has mixed drill into. Well, I'll say two. There's mixed drill into like trap metal you can say, and that's
Yeah,
Sinzi and Kilmore, and those are the only
I know
two.
one more. One more would be Kill Switch. Not Kill Switch. KVN. Sorry,
Yeah,
he did a
KVN. Yeah,
fucking good one.
yeah.
Yeah, Thrasher's a pretty banging song.
It, like
Like
those.
I did have one drill track I was gonna do one time. That kind of broke my heart a bit because I had my heart set on an instrumental for it that
Yeah,
was one of the only drill beats I heard that had this kind of alternative edge that I would kind of be up for because usually drill just sounds too like drill, whereas this
yeah.
sounded something in between. And then when I went to go and like solidify it, I'd already written to it and everything. It had just got sold to somebody else.
Ah, fuck, man.
So
Well,
yeah,
always the
and
way.
I can barely remember what it sounded like now. So that kind of broke my heart a bit because that would have been fun to do.
To
Yeah,
be
and
fair though, the way I
alternative
see things though,
drill.
everything happens for
Because
a
I
reason,
agree,
man.
there's barely anything like that, like you were saying, you know.
Everything happens for a reason. That's the way I see
Yeah.
things.
True.
Was that
I
before you
mean,
was doing the stuff you do now, though?
that
same.
was quite a long time ago. That
Yeah.
was like 2 years ago, I would say.
Fuck.
It was like
One or 2 years ago
So,
that slipped through my fingers.
so how long have you both been doing the music scene then? How long have you been doing this?
Whew, incalculable. I
If
would
you
say
had to put it
probably
down to
about
like, if you had to put it down to an edge,
6
like,
to 7,000 years.
so if you had to put it down to like a specific, like, because everyone starts, but then people,
Started
they
roughly
start.
started roughly 2000 BC.
I'd say
No, I've been kind of writing songs since like I would say like 13, 14 or something. And that was just the traditional kind of starting on an acoustic or electric guitar and just kind of
Okay.
practicing songs you really fuck with and then just writing your own and like trying to play and sing them at the same time and stuff.
Do you remember the
That's
first
where
thing
it
you
all kind of
wrote and
started.
released? Do you ever remember that one?
Um, I don't know. There's a lot of really scrappy shit things I made, like kind of
You
like
always
high
scrap
school.
the first one. You always do it, and you think,
Yeah,
"Oh, yo, this is hard,"
yeah,
and then
there's some
it's
stuff I've not heard in a long time that would be funny to hear.
you
But
sit there, you're like, "I've just made a banger," and then you realize, "Oh
what
shit."
you know, I did like just to get some practice in recording. I did try doing some like just cover stuff at first, like just to get my skills up. I remember doing an alright cover of Suicide Season by Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, nice.
That was an early one I did. But yeah, first actual like finished song was probably with a band, to be honest. It was a song called Heads Will Roll by a band called This Is Paradox. that can still actually be found online.
Yeah, I was gonna
But,
say
that was
I've
like
weirdly
post-hardcore.
heard. I've weirdly heard, and I don't know why. This is paranoid. And you had to
But
name it
yeah, it
after
was
a Skyrim dragon,
post-hardcore
didn't
with the genre.
you?
Yeah.
You had to name the band off a Skyrim dragon, didn't you?
Nice.
I don't know. I didn't know the reference, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it matches up.
Probably does. Probably does. I
We
was gonna
use
say,
Skyrim code. We use Skyrim
But
code
yeah,
for like what's the slang word for like weed as again from fucking
oh yeah, like this. I'm smoking skooma. This is fucking skooma. Smoking like a khajiit. Mm-hmm.
why have I got this feeling now? Everyone just stands around Glasgow speaking Skyrim terms, man.
No, I
Everyone's
love
just
to
off the
call
box.
ganja skooma.
What would
It's just the best name.
is it mead? They call it mead in that as well. It's like go for a
Oh
pint of
yeah,
mead.
mead. Get your
Go for
mead and
mead.
skooma. You got a good weekend right there.
Who are the
But yeah,
Imperials?
you were asking about like first tracks ever dropped.
Yeah.
Like me and Louis had quite opposite kind of like origins in music. I would say like Louis was like way more specifically like hip hop based. I would say, and
yeah,
I
when
was like way more just
2012
metal
when
based. I would
started
say,
in
yeah,
2012 started making like alternative hip hop sort of stuff, like boom bap inspired mostly because I was just like a hip hop addict as a teenager. Like I only listened to rap. That was all I listened to,
Yeah.
like American stuff, and like in Tanzania, and sort of grew up with that, and like had cliques, and we would like freestyle together. Like I used to be an insane freestyler. I don't do it so much anymore, but like could just like come off the dome with like some crazy shit, and that's kind of how it started for me. And I like did it as a hobby and recorded albums, dropped them on SoundCloud. But then in like 2019, I met Az, and then like 2021, we dropped our first shit.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's cool,
it
man.
was like it was a long process, but like
I
the
don't know
first
how
day of
people do
2021, we
freestyles, man.
dropped the first LUzACULT track, Golf Story.
yeah.
So
We mostly bonded over lyrics initially as well.
yeah,
Like I hadn't heard someone that wrote stuff that like kind of reminded me of the way I write so much as well, or like there was just loads of like
That's where it clicks
just
straight away, though. Like you
yeah,
might
yeah,
as well like
totally.
work with it if you both come to like this. If you both see this clarity, because I mean, when people start, I feel when people start doing their heads in the clouds, and then once you have that
Mhm.
clarity to do work with someone, well, that's if some people they'll just go full on solo. But if you've got that other person with you and you see the clarity of things, you might as well fucking use it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
it's amazing to have someone to bounce ideas off as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like it's much more difficult when you've like only got your own kind of advice on things, or you can't really like you know get another trusted opinion on anything. Like I
Yeah,
imagine
I
that
agree
would
with that.
it would get tricky. I imagine a lot of solo artists still need people that they can you know like have proper good kind of
critique session.
brainstorm with. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I do agree with that. To be fair, so
Mm-hmm.
like if you because obviously don't know I've watched some of your stuff now. Like, cause who does all the editing for your videos, or is it just do you both do that?
Mostly us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. It's do you know
from
like do you
mixing.
use the AI generator in that for your videos?
Uh, Currently, we've started bringing that into our
It's
things. Yeah.
I think it's
With the
such a
new
vibe,
album.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
Mainly
such a
with the
vibe.
new album stuff, we've been incorporating that. We have some in the video that's gonna up and coming out soon. The Corpses video,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
yeah,
is most cinematic so far and everything. But
yeah.
we've started to introduce it in that, and then it's going to be a bit of a staple, I think,
I've
because
seen
like
so many people do it now, and it's like watching some music videos with the AI generator. I'm just like, it's like a whole different, and it saves
yeah,
so much time, but it's a whole
well
different level of like vision.
we accept that it's going to take over, for better or for worse, whether anybody likes it is taking over and it's going
Yeah, yeah,
to. And like you were asking, like we do our own video editing, like and have done like from the start. And so like when we start using AI for certain things, we are replacing ourselves. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
artists replaced, and quite often we are replacing ourselves, and that is partly why we do it. Like there isn't I would say there's a meta element of us
Yeah, it's
using
ironic,
AI. It's almost because it's like it's going to take over anyway. We can, and we want to use it like an artistic statement. Like even the whole every album artwork that's come out for the Cyberspunk album so far, it's all been AI generated, like specifically just because it's kind of just trying to make a statement with it. We won't stick to it after the album, I would say. It will be freeform after that, but like
Yeah,
for now, we are almost trying to replace ourselves with AI for the album, you know.
it is
yeah.
Um,
it's a vibe, man. It really is, and the stuff you can
Yes.
do
That's
with
the
it's
first
crazy.
official, that's the first official announcement, by the way, Matthew, of the album that Az just did there. But like Cyberspunk
yeah,
3000. That's,
I did think about
They're
that.
throwing the
We
hint. I
haven't
didn't want
fully
to like
announced it yet.
say, but I didn't know if it was like an accident, so I didn't really want to like.
Well, yeah, we haven't really made an official announcement, but yeah, like all of the tracks that have been dropping for like the last year is all part of like Cyberspunk 3000, which is the full album title, and it's
yeah,
all post-apocalypse, fucked meta future,
yeah.
the broken world we are in
I like
that
the
is just
style, man. Of it's shit. I already know. Like,
it's going Blade Runner style, but like taking the piss out of it because we are in that future and it's
yeah,
so much more
yeah, pretty much.
busted.
I
It's so
agree.
much more busted than we thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
it's
yeah.
a vibe, man.
I think there's a lot of humor to be had in the way shit's like falling apart.
I think you have to sometimes because
You
like
got to laugh at it,
people don't
honestly.
actually see it. Them
It's
blinded
yeah,
by it. Them still living like the way I see things. Yeah, a lot of people they'll live the life where it's a case of right, get to work, come back from work, do my thing. Do you know what? I can be a bit of a sucker for it at times, but it's a case of like I know so many people they'll live the life of go to work, come back from work, do the thing. They go to the gym or like they celebrate the birthday. Comes Christmas, comes New Year, and then it's New Year. Between those, like I always think back to like 20, like you were going to say, 2019 to now. Those years, it might not seem much has changed. Maybe personally it's changed, but globally, it's
yeah,
fucking outrageous. Like
yeah,
it's insane. If you
big
if you had a
time.
timeline of all the things that have happened, it would blow your
hmm
fucking mind.
They're
Like it
compressing
would.
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
literally.
I feel like as depressing and as overwhelming as it can be, like I do try and keep my like stay aware of everything that's going on and like the changes that are happening within the world. But it's like, yeah, it'll fucking stress and fuck
I will
anybody's
like.
head up a bit, I think.
That's the
So it's
thing.
like
I
I
will
wouldn't
keep.
yeah,
I was going to say I will keep a fine line of what I listen to and what I watch because
yeah,
if it like you just said it can be it can be very depressing. So I watch it to a certain
yeah,
extent where I'm just like I kind of block it out because I don't want it to interfere too much with my life because
100%.
I live life I just live life to my fullest. Like I'm gonna enjoy it to the day I die. That's it. That's just the way I want to live life. I don't want to like put things in between
Yeah.
where it's gonna like kind of like mess with my head a bit too much.
That's
So
that's the right choice, to be honest. I don't make that choice,
mm,
really.
Yeah.
But like I almost feel like there's a duty to like for the art I'm making things to like try and keep up with
Totally.
like the rapid fucking chaos of the change of everything. And it,
Because you got
it
to
does
respect
make
the
a lot to kind of think
time.
about and be able to make artwork about as well. But yeah, there's a lot of kind of temptation in just wanting to kind of tune out completely and
yeah,
just tune into the things that you do love and you do think are right. But
if it fits your
it's
vibe,
difficult
both
to
of
do
you
that
like
when you
if
want to. Yeah,
it fits
if when
both
you
your
want to
vibes
comment
straight
about
away.
stuff, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
It fits both your vibe. Pardon me. It fits both your vibes straight away because, like you've just said, like everything's very chaotic. Like when the album comes out,
Mhm.
I already know. Well, do I know what to expect? I don't. I have a kind of a sense of feel that I'm gonna expect some fucking chaotic shit, which
Mhm.
that's what vibe you guys give off. That being
Yeah,
like for your music, for your
Yeah.
videos. I even say
yeah,
like on a specific note, like the way you dress and your fashion, like you just give off that chaotic type of style, and people judge through music as well. They automatically think like I'm trying to think of people that are I can kind of like take it back to. Like I don't need to. Like I
I
can
maybe
imagine
get
people
the
probably
same
look at you guys and
way.
go, they're very chaotic people, like them fucking doing drugs, they're doing all this shit, and that's just their lifestyle. Their lifestyle is just to be chaotic, and it's not actually the way. It's sometimes it's a message.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I like.
Yeah,
it's anarchy.
like
At the end of the day,
with,
some kind of anarchy.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I would say with a lot of the artwork and music we make, we are trying to meet some kind of zeitgeist sometimes, and like almost sum up or like do a parody of like people's mindset and the way
Yeah,
things change. And that's why like a lot of our music is quite like fast a lot of the time and like sped up and saying a lot of things at once. It's kind of like just overstimulation and maximalist kind of thing.
yeah.
And I feel like that's just, yeah, that sums up the times really well. There's just
I was gonna,
over information, overstimulation,
I
just
was,
like
I was gonna ask
overwhelming.
as well. Do you know in is it the music video board? Doing that guy's
Yeah.
chasing you, was that
Yeah.
legit or
Yeah.
that was legit?
It, it was legit. Everyone was just like, what the fuck? Police pulled up to the spot like 5 minutes later and we had to like hide in some bando, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
construction
Okay, so
building.
16 cops pulled up legit on the shoot of that shit.
okay, so take it back. Like, why was that guy chasing you? Because I was thinking that when I was watching it, I was like, it's funny. That's the parody side of things. I was watching it, I was, this is funny. But because he was like an escaped fucking mental
Well,
guy. Like,
yeah, he was chasing me to give me the procedure, you know,
but why was he actually chasing you?
for the procedure. I denied the procedure.
Escaped the mental institute, denied the procedure on the run.
Yeah, yeah. But the procedure was denied, so that's the overall meaning.
I'm not going to be able to watch
Very
that the
deep
same
meaning.
anymore. I just know this guy's chasing you for some fucking reason. And you've done
Yeah,
something.
like one of the inspos for that video, I'd say, was actually like the scene in Fight Club where the protagonist guy, I forget his name,
Oh
um,
shit.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
the guy that Tyler's in the head of, yeah, when he's like running away from all of the fucking cronies trying to cut his balls off,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's like running through the city in like, you know, a dressing gown, pants, and like a gun. And yeah, that was a little bit of inspo right
It's
there.
such a funny
That,
vibe,
that
man.
and the dude from The Big Lebowski. There were some heavy inspos in there, but like maybe the full story of the board video get told. There is a lot more to be continued, but
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see when
I
that
might. What
comes
I'll have to
out.
do is
We
then I'll
might
probably have to do
expose
like
too
a
many
separate podcast
secrets.
for that.
We might
Yeah, so-
expose too many shadow government secrets in that one.
We are
Oh,
working after Cyberspunk. The goal is basically that we each do like a solo project as well, much in the same vein of like how City Morgue sort of run together and then they run separately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how Social and Zillow will do like separate projects. That's kind of
Yeah,
like what
and, like,
we're not completely
in the
different.
meantime, while we drop like individual albums, we'll do like a lot of collaboration tracks basically with
Yeah, we got
other artists, and that would be
work.
the only. Yeah, that would be the predominant way that we'll be working for that.
It
time
branches
period.
you out more to do that as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no one wants just the same thing all the time. You got to kind
Nah.
of, you got to change it up a bit.
Yeah, it's like you don't really like. Everyone liked hearing Lil Peep, and then a lot of people liked hearing Peep and Tracy. I didn't
Yeah,
always want to listen to Peep and Tracy because it just, I don't know, it just wasn't my
yeah.
thing. And then
I
it was
was
like,
never big on Tracy.
No.
nah. I mean, it's just
Oh,
I'm not very fond on his style of music. I guess like
No, it's not for
it's
me
just not for
really.
me.
delivery's too slow or something like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
I've
like
been getting into Drake a lot recently.
into Drake. Wow. How do we go from a chaotic alternative how do you get into such a chaotic like alternative type of style then? Oh man, listen to some Drake.
Yes. I'm an edgelord.
It's like going from listening to Michael Bublé to Lil Wayne.
Yeah, James Blunt and Drake, goats. Bruno Mars
That's where the
and
microchip
Drake.
came from. From the Drake info on Az's side, that's where the microchip hook came from.
No one tell Drake I jacked his style.
But yo, I like started this whole interview by talking about you going to the Prodigy and twisting your ankle because I think that summarizes LUzA CULT as well. Like going to the Prodigy, getting wasted, and doing your ankle in. That is LUzA CULT.
Yeah.
Like I managed. Yeah, when I got to see the Prodigy while Keith Flint was alive as well, and it was like a big open air festival, and I was like basically hustled in for free kind of thing.
No way.
Like the Chica gave me like a ticket for like the first day free kind of thing, but was using it the other days. So I went in on the first day and then just stayed in and like you needed like a wristband to get into the camping and shit that I didn't manage to bump one or anything. So just stayed in the arena type shit. Some psycho feral shit when I was like 17 or something. I don't know.
That's
And like
crazy.
it was a mad one. Just slept in like a shop tent or something and like rode out the whole thing. And I'm pretty sure like the Prodigy were on the last day and they were playing at the same time as Eminem, and not many people went to Eminem, and that was kind of a good job because he was like late or didn't show up, and then the whole like Prodigy crowd, there was like thousands, were all chanting "Fuck Eminem, fuck Eminem." It was a moment, and then like it went like nightfall, and then like they fucking just smashed it. The mosh pits were like some of the biggest I've ever seen. Like
they are like a completely different level of
people on each other's shoulders with like flares and shit in the middle of the mosh pit, and it was like
unreal, mate.
It was amazing, and that to this day was like LUzA CULT inspo, you know.
Like, like I can definitely see that with like the attire and stuff like that, like and the way you go about your stuff. Like I can tell,
and just the way that the Prodigy went about things as well was just pretty fucking immaculate. I think. Yeah. They definitely.
But they did literally live a chaotic lifestyle. Their lifestyle was very fucking chaotic. Fucking hell.
But yeah, like that was definitely one of the best live performances I've ever seen as well. Just atmosphere wise, definitely like the best, I would say. So yeah, it's great that you started on that story as well.
Yeah,
was glad to hear it.
I'm seeing Pendulum in. Am I seeing Pendulum in March this year.
Oh damn!
And like Scarlord's going to be there as well.
Damn!
Because I got to see
Scarlord. Got to see Scarlord in Glasgow when he was playing.
He's good, man. Nice. I saw him in Birmingham. He's next level, unreal.
I make like these rings. I make these rings basically, and I gave one to Scarlord. There was like a lion skull, and just had a nice little moment with him. It was fucking sick.
No way.
Yeah, like it was just a little quick fucking, not even a proper chat.
Yeah, really, but even that though, like that's.
Yeah. It's nice to interact with him. He's a true fucking goat, Don. Honestly, like
he's from Wolverhampton, like near me.
He's
from as well.
I honestly believe that when the fucking Queen of England died, they should have then made Scarlord like King of England.
I agree, man. Fucking agree,
fucked off the whole bloodline and just restart that shit. And I agree. I think that'd have been the smartest move the UK could have ever made.
It'd have ended everything.
Can you imagine what it would have been like, though? Can you imagine, like, the palaces and the cars and it'll be like fucking Bruce Wayne, like Matt Black.
The gates would just be fire. Just be fucking surround.
All of the cunts working for him in like tech wear shit. Like,
oh my god, imagine that. Is it MXDS or something like that?
It'd probably keep the UK safe a bit. I bet other countries would be shitting themselves when they saw like Star-Lord running the shit.
It'd be like walking around in fucking Germany or something. Like everyone
Yeah,
wearing
they
techwear.
just see him with the fucking guns out on the throne, like literally guns and guns on top of guns.
Imagine someone
And I
locking you
think
up in a tech
I
vest.
I just want to see that reality. Like, why the fuck not? You know.
Fuck hell.
But you
Tech
know,
vest and doomedy.
we're trapped in the doom dimension, so it is what it is. But that's what we reckon should have happened. Let's start a petition.
There you go. There's your next video. Next video you can do. Make yourself kings of fucking London.
No, not
AI.
Star-Lord. Star-Lord can do it, you know. We'll
Yeah,
just
you could be. You could
we'll
tell you,
we'll
you
be
dress yourself in techwear and just have Scarlet
we'll be his fucking,
he'd watch it. He would watch it.
we'll be his fucking court jesters. It's all good.
Where did this idea come from? Like, you'd be thinking,
well,
where the fuck has this come
I
from?
don't know. Right, I tell you where, because like Queen died, and then there's King Scar. So it's like, he already calls himself King Scar. And
What
kinda,
what
like,
would be
notice-
what would the anthem be? Like, don't know, we got God Save the King now, innit? What would
It'd be like, yeah, like Chainsaw or Heart Attack or something. That'd be the new UK fucking anthem.
Actually, I can imagine. Well, let me see. I reckon. Let me have a look. I reckon it would be.
Or it could be, what is it as well? Like, is it
Yes.
Angels and Demons or I don't know.
It would either be. It could be louder. Or, where's the Heart Attack would be a good one, to be fair.
Yeah, Heart Attack would be.
I just love that those ones are just so like, you know, early days, like ballistic, like does not fucking suit, but like would be so good.
I'm trying
But
to
yeah,
think.
like just on the way he's like managed to obviously own his self control and fucking like personal.
It is
progression.
crazy how he's built himself up.
Yeah, exactly. He's really earned a lot of shit, and that's a big reason behind it as well. As much as like I say it as a joke, if you actually imagine it in reality, it's got to be like easy better than what we have. You know? But yeah, the world we live in doesn't want to move so fluidly, sadly. So
I think what we've established from the podcast today is we still call shit mead in Glasgow. What do we call?
And
what do we call?
Don't forget skooma.
Skooma, we call bud, yeah. And then Scarlet's
And
King of England.
It's a skooma in Gotham. Glasgow is Gotham.
Glasgow is Gotham. This King Scar of London. And
it's like 3000, that album coming soon. Yeah,
definitely. Trying to think of what else we've spoke about.
DIY everything. We made these as well.
Yeah.
We didn't speak about that really. But DIY.
You made that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of
some one like person come up and ask, "Did you just buy that at the store?" But I'm like, "What store, mate?" Like,
that reminds me of like a jacket. Like, have you ever seen the Punks in Camden in London?
Yeah.
So that type of style, man.
Yeah.
Zombie punk.
That's it. That's his name. Yeah, I got him on it. I got him on TikTok and Instagram. Crazy.
Yeah, I've met him a couple of times. He's a funny cunt.
I remember the time I went to Camden and there was like a punk rocker sitting on the sidewalk, and it wasn't him. It was like some other one, and he was like, what did it say? There was like a cardboard cutout he'd like drawn on, and it said something like, help a punk
get drunk. Help a punk get drunk.
That's it. Help a punk get drunk. And I was just like, wow. And then there was like all these cans, and then I just saw that one Sainsbury's like own lager. I was like, oh my god, that's rough, man. That is rough.
One thing I will say, the beer in the Netherlands is so much better and cheaper.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. You get big cans of nice beer for like 50 cents. Which is
like,
you know,
I enjoyed just going to when I went to Amsterdam. I enjoyed to drink more in Amsterdam than I have anywhere I've been.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love Amsterdam.
You try and get the cheap shit in the UK, and it's just fucking
Shit,
dire.
man. Yeah, I want to go back to Amsterdam this year.
Netherlands got their cheap
Let me know.
drugs, cheap
You're in Amsterdam.
alcohol.
It's a stone's throw. I can like take a train either in like 30 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not a bad flight from Birmingham to Amsterdam either. It's like 45-minute flight, and then by the
Yeah.
time you're there, you're on the train, and that's it. Like it's such an
Yeah.
easy like
Mm-hmm.
travel, and
Yeah.
it's like the third time I've been. So because I went for a festival like last year,
And if you
so
plan
I
it
went
ahead,
for
it's pretty
techno.
cheap.
So
It's pretty cheap if you plan it ahead as well.
oh yeah, it is. It's just to be fair, it's your food more than anything. Your food costs the most.
Yeah, totally. It does
But
cost
apart
too
from
much.
that, drinking and that wasn't actually that bad. It was
Yeah.
just the food.
But Amsterdam, you got to understand, Amsterdam is like the crown jewel of like the Netherlands, so everything's like amped, overpriced as shit. Like other
Yeah.
parts of the country aren't as bad. But
It's
yeah.
the same as going to
Yeah.
London. Everything is so expensive, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember going to this one like bar in London, and it was just like where I stayed in this hotel. It's just like a normal B&B hotel, and there was like not a rundown pub, but you get those old pubs where you just locals go to. I was like, oh, I just pop in there for a drink, and just having a drink in there, I was just like, oh, this will be all right. I ordered a pint. Looked at my card when I ordered it. I was like, what the fuck? It cost me like £8. I was like,
Yeah.
and I think it was something like daft as Carlin. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I went for the cheapest alternative.
Yeah.
And it was outrageous.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
It weirdly fucked me off because like I've spent £8 on a fucking Carlin.
Yeah. That's why we don't live in London. All of us.
Yeah. I would like
I
to,
cannot
but
afford to live
We were in London
like
this time last year. We went to go see NASCAR for like a one night show with Bad Lad in London. I forget where was like Peckham Audio, I think.
was that the show the shows that have just gone for his new release, or was it before?
No, this was last January, so 2023.
Oh, okay.
Last year we were in London. That's the last time we were in London, basically.
Because I wanted to I wanted to go to Manchester to see last year Fat Nick and Kill Switch, and then it wasn't until like Bad Lad messaged me and he was like, "I'm going to be in Manchester if you can go into it." I was like, "I'm not going to the Manchester one now." He's like, "Oh, I'm going to be performing." I was like, "Fuck's sake, bro!" Like, I thought he was just going. He was like, "No, I'm performing." I was like, "That's crazy. That's fucking crazy." I think it was either Manchester or Liverpool. I think it was the Manchester one. I was like, "Wow, fucking
yeah, wild shit."
I need to do Manchester again. I did Manchester Suicide Boys last year.
Yeah.
It's unreal. And I saw Slump God. Wow.
Nice.
There's like three guys within the set when Slump God was on, and there was like three people in the crowd that just sparked themselves out. Like that to stop the show for like 20 minutes. And like security couldn't get to him because they were sparked clean out and like there was that many people.
Yeah.
I had it on video and it's crazy. It fucking blew my mind. Just people like getting these people out and there's like it's like watching a Travis Scott concert. All these freaking three lads, and it turned out these guys spot themselves out because there's in a mosh pit and they just clunked eggs, and then three of them just like was fucked. Just absolutely all. I think three of them at the same time like smacked each other's heads together like bastard and knocked themselves out. It's like a triple fucking kill, mate.
Yeah, NASCAR has got a bloody nose. I think it's on. What are they called again? Those guys that like film the pit. They go around festivals.
Yeah.
Like,
175.
175, exactly. Yeah. You can see eyes at the NASCAR one. You can see.
Yeah, no, it was actually my chin that was bleeding. Like I did a stage dive and got boosted at the same time and like flew like over the whole fucking crowd over the mosh pit and then like landed chin first on this guy's like crazy metal headpiece thing that he had and like bust my whole chin open. Barely noticed because of my beard, but it was like fucking pouring blood. It was crazy.
My mate did it not so long ago. He was on a night out and he was just like, I don't know, it was like 2:30 in the morning. He was in Birmingham and he was running. And it wasn't until like he told me like cut his chin open. I was like, okay. So I didn't make much of it really. And then it wasn't until Christmas he was like, Mashi, do you want to cut my chin open? I was like, yeah. And he goes, have you seen it? I goes, no. And he's got like under his chin now, where his beard is, it's just like a smooth skin mark where the hair's just not grown back. So he's just got this big dead, like it's like a
No doubt
Mustang
I'll
line
have,
down
like,
his fucking chin.
There's no doubt I'll have a gnarly scar as well. I've just not fucking seen that shit. But that was an amazing gig anyway. It was just fucking class getting to meet NASCAR and shit. He was getting like kicked out of McDonald's and shit like after the gig because he was like drinking in there and shit. And it was just like, it was memes
No
for days.
way.
It was too funny, man.
What have you guys got planned for 2024 then?
We've got a London gig coming up actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Was it the 23rd, Louis? Do you remember?
Yeah.
January.
23rd. February.
February.
Is that
Whereabout?
It's at the what do you call it?
It's at the inn. I forget what it's called. It's where Pez played there. I'm pretty
Toll
sure.
Cross Inn or something. I don't. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where Pez played.
Yeah, something Cross
think
Inn. I don't know why it's escaped my mind.
New Cross Inn, right? New Cross Inn.
New
right?
Cross Inn. That's it. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you guys
between us, we
headline?
have a brain. One functional brain between us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in the New Cross Inn. Pretty sure it's the 23rd. Pretty sure that's a Saturday. If it's not a Saturday, it's a Friday. But pretty sure it's Saturday, 23rd.
Who's support tax for that?
Yeah.
They will be announced soon.
Oh,
but
nice. Okay.
TBA.
TBA.
Yeah.
But we plan to do more gigs throughout the UK as well, so hopefully we'll be close to you as well. I mean,
if you
should
definitely come to
London
Birmingham.
well
if I can come to the London one, I will. I think it's during the same time.
Friday the 23rd of February.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've got a feeling I've got something planned on the 23rd. No, and not on the 23rd of February. I've got something towards the end of February. I'm not sure the dates, but if I can get into London by February, I'll come to that.
Yeah. Well, you can give us a shout if there's anything in Birmingham as well worth pulling up to. Or
yeah, man, definitely. I know I've got like I've got to get to a gig on the
happening.
When is it? March. Is it March time? I'm pretty sure near the end of March I've got a gig to go to with my mate.
Nice.
Two of my friends headlining, Mike Rossi and Lawless, and they've got they've got their show. I think this is like third show for their album, so that would be quite cool. They do like a lot of emo trap stuff. They do, so that's going to be cool, and some good what's the word? Some good support acts for that. So that's going to be buzzing.
Yeah. You organize as well, right?
We're looking at doing some gigs in Birmingham.
You organize gigs as well, right? Or is that not?
No. That's all. Like what I normally do is anyone I support through like the podcast. So like my mate Lawless and Rossi. Like I normally just try and push as much as I can through the podcast to get people to go and watch them. Really, so like it wasn't until the second show they did. Because when I went to the first one is the first time I ever met them. So like it was a case of like I started speaking to Lawless and he was like telling him about Lonely Globe, and this is when I just started it. That was like some of the first people really, and there was like it sounds really cool. And there's like if you want to come to a show in Birmingham, that'd be great. I was like, yeah, man, I'm 100% down for that. So like I went on my own to go and like basically support them. So like that alone now, I'm not really good friends with them, and it was the best thing I ever did, to be fair. And I've started doing that with a lot more gigs. So a lot of gigs I go to now, I'll just go and support them through like Lonely Globe, do some photos, do some videos, put it up on the site and stuff like that, just to just give them the artist support. And that's pretty much what I do with the podcast. It is a case of underground artists trying to build a name for themselves that people haven't heard of, and anyone that wants to listen to people that that aren't mainstream, for instance, like there's more talent out there than there is mainstream artists. Like I find mainstream artists dead now. Like I just do.
Yeah,
and talent are like
the mainstream is completely dead, and it has been.
It's a glorified money investment. That's all it is. It's a glorified money investment.
It's
Yeah, the
amazing what you're doing.
underbelly has so much more talent, and
Like what you're doing is so necessary, especially in the UK scene, because there is literally no one documenting this shit when it is so wild in a way.
Yeah.
So like, big props to you for doing that.
No, I appreciate that. I think the plans for this year that I'd like to start doing is going to shows and going out and about with a mic and talking to people and doing some like live
that would be a
one-on-one
great idea.
interviews. So I'm pretty much I'm thinking about starting to get into that and doing that for like some entertainment purposes for YouTube and Instagram. And just going out and about and getting people to listen to music they've never heard of, because again, it's so easy going up to someone and them like, oh yeah, I listen to Drake, I listen to, I don't know, Blueface or some shit like that. But then, for instance, if I got you guys and I was like, have you ever heard of like LUzA CULT? They'd be like, fucking LUzA CULT. And like, I know for a fact they'd be like, it's not their scene of music, but these are artists that are like on the rise. Like, these are probably hopefully the next people that you're going to see like all over the place. So
even just like asking people simple questions like, have you heard of this genre?
Yeah.
Or, like, because it will just be interesting to gauge how much, like some of the new scene is even like people are aware of it,
It's crazy, man.
Totally.
It'd be nice
Like
to get
lots of
people's
people
different
haven't even
reactions.
heard of hyperpop or anything, it's kind of mad.
It's one thing I'm getting big into at the minute. It's hyperpop. I've started to like really get into it.
Yeah, some people still try to refer to our shit as new metal. It's pretty nuts.
Not. No, it's not.
I know, but like some people just don't know the new genre names or that there even is new genres. To be honest,
Subgenres, yeah, they don't know the subgenres for real.
I wouldn't even know what to put your guys' genre as.
I mean, digital
digital
hardcore, and like Velas. Shout out Velas the Menace, because he like coined the term digipunk as well, which is pretty fucking accurate. Like digipunk, like that's an unheard term that Velas invented, but
with
pretty
an
much
X at the end.
captures what we
Digipunk.
do as well. Yeah, digipunk. Yeah.
You get names like
I
that.
often call it punk trap as well.
Yeah, that's like. I'm trying to think who else does like a lot of punk stuff. Since he did
Or one other name's like rave
Remy
core,
World, I
but
think he
yeah.
does a lot of punk stuff. Remy World does a lot of punk stuff.
Can you link us?
I feel like there needs to be some new, even more solid genre names coming about. Names as solid as grunge.
Yeah, there's too much like
one word.
Yeah. I'm like, I've heard
we tried to make one with the album name Filth, just
yeah,
Filth,
there's like
but
I've
with an
heard
F
like
at the
some
end.
stuff now, some genres. I remember one genre. I'm gonna see if I can find it, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought it's not my fucking. I wouldn't call it a genre. I mean, it's just a bit. This it. There's a new genre called kinkcore.
Fuck that.
I don't get it, because a lot of the stuff I've heard.
I get why there'd
genre,
be a market for that shit, but it's a lame name, to be honest.
It's not even the name. Like, the name's a bit weird, but listening to a lot of the stuff like kinkcore just reminds me. If you listen to a lot, if you've ever listened to it, some of it, to be honest, I don't really recommend it. In all honesty, I don't recommend it. But it's just old school Lil Peep vibes and mixed with a bit of, I don't know, rock.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I want to hear Decaycore. I think that'd be good. Yeah, I think that might be.
I've got a.
I feel like the track "The Bitter End" is Decaycore.
I've got an artist you'd both fuck with, actually.
Yeah.
Citrate.
Can
you spell it?
Sounds familiar.
So it's CI.
Yeah.
TRATE. Citrate, bro.
Citrate. Okay, I got it.
He does like he has a. I did an interview with Citrate, and I literally said to him, like, I can't put your music on any playlist because I don't know the genre. And he says, I don't actually understand the genre myself.
Yeah,
and he just creates some like necrophilia type like, it's crazy stuff, but you'll fuck with his stuff. He's like he's really good, man.
Deeply niche. Too deeply niche.
Yeah,
Sounds
like
great. I think think I caught.
It sounds like he's trying to make like black metal or something. You know,
It's not
like
even that.
Norwegian.
If you want to hear like if I'll tell you to listen to some. So one of them is called Cutter. Listen to Cutter.
Okay,
Cutter's
for sure.
probably my
Okay.
favorite. And Cutter and Skimmers. Yeah, okay. So Cutter, Skimmers, and Meatball Dog 84 is one of the songs.
Okay, for sure.
It's
Have
completely
you heard
like
of an artist? Have you heard of an artist called Gully Spit?
no. God, he spit.
Or they used to be called Nasty, but they're kind of like they make some really pretty fucking weird shit as well. Like they've got like this low.
Oh, they got
black
2.5
metal.
listens on Trench Gods.
Yeah, the Trench Gods I would recommend, to be honest.
I'll have
But
to
that's
listen
like
to
some
it.
sludgy moving out of trap metal kind of stuff as well. Like I feel like you'd maybe like that somehow.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a listen.
And like that was something I heard really early on when we were making this stuff as well, and was like I hadn't heard too much else like it. These days I think I've heard of a bit more, but like I think they're kind of like yeah. They've got a weird mix of like sludge core into their stuff.
The name sounds it as well. Gully Spit.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sounds like a fermented. I can't even know.
Yeah,
It sounds
his voice sounds hella fermented. He's got one of the most fucked like vocal tones I've heard. It's just like does sound like he's dying like in that moment.
Also, Velas the Menace. Shout out Velas the Menace. Like he's doing some progressive, unknown shit. Like he produces a lot of his own shit, and it's so wild. Like you listen to one song and it goes through like so many phases where everything transforms.
Yeah.
So like he's like a UK artist to watch for sure. Like being fucking with his stuff.
I'm telling you, man, UK artists, man, with on the fucking rise by immense amounts.
2024, let's fucking go.
Oh man, 2024 is gonna fucking blow. Like it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Exciting times. Exciting times for sure. Yeah, man. Is there anything you want to say to any of your listeners that are gonna be watching this?
Yeah, look out for some new videos that we're dropping soon. Basically, Corpses is gonna be the first one of them, but we've kind of graded.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out 666 Delete. Fucking Cyberslunk 3000 the album.
Yeah, man.
AI is coming.
I
cannot wait for that.
The AI is coming.
Yeah, boy. Right, this is episode 12 of Lonely Globe with LUzACULT, Az and Lou. Thank you very much, guys.
Shout out.